guys, Teacher Janelle here. I am here once more and I am bringing to you Campus Journalism 101. Yes, we're going to be writing a news article, but not entirely a news article, but we're just going to write a news article that is designed for news report, a radio broadcasting actually. So this is for campus journalism, not the actual radio broadcast. But this one, I'm going to teach you how to write your scripts. If you are a newscaster for radio broadcasting, how to write your script from a news article to your 5-liner broadcast script. Yes, 5 lines. That includes already the headline. So the headline and your 4 lines, which would tell us the entire scope of the story that is found in the news article that you are reading or you are basing your news report from. Okay, so here I have taken a news article from Manila Bulletin. It says convenience stores covered by curfew hours, SPD. That is the headline. So this article is, the main objective of this one is to be read. So this is content for reading, all right? But our task is for radio broadcasting. So broadcasting, that would tell you that you are going to speak. And you have to be careful with that because speaking and writing, they are 2 different things. And be reminded that we do not speak the way we write. So there should be a difference when we are writing and when we are speaking. Well, if you're gonna think about it, when you write, when you read, there are punctuations there that would require perhaps the absence of some words. But when you speak, you do not put punctuation marks, but of course, you are going to put stop and pauses, but we are not going to see the punctuation marks when you are going to be speaking. Hence, we only hear your pronunciation and of course the use of your words. So it is important that you use words that are simple, easy on the ears, and easy to understand. Alright, so this is the entire article from Manila Bulletin. This news article written by Jean Fernando, published on the 17th of March 2021. Okay, so I'm not going to read that, so I want you to read it because this article is meant to be read. This is a news article for reading, so yeah, you read it. I'm going to be reading to you what I wrote for a radio broadcast script after you have read it. So take a look at the news article intensely so that you would see the difference when it becomes a script for a radio broadcast. Alright, so what are the things that we need to consider when we are writing a script or your spiels for a radio newscast? So the first thing you're going to do is read intently. Yes, just like I told you to read the article. You have to read so that you would fully understand, you would fully grasp, you would grasp what the news article talks about, the scope of the story. Once you already have understood it, you are ready to paraphrase. What do you mean paraphrase? You paraphrase it because our goal is to make sure that we only have to tell the story in 5 lines. So if it means 5 lines, we are condensing perhaps a lengthy article into 5 lines. So that means we are going to choose the most important and salient points in the article. So that's 5. But actually, that's only 4 because the 5th one would include your headline. The headline is the title of the article. Okay? So now, right after you have paraphrased, have shortened or reworded, because I said a while back that you have to change words to simplify the words, to simplify the statements, to make it easy to understand because your listeners are not reading. So it has to be that you're using words that are for speaking. Right after you have paraphrased, right after you have already your 5 lines, you're going to read it aloud. Why do you need to read aloud? That is because this is designed for a newscast. So you have to listen You have to listen, or when you read, you're going to try whether or not it is not difficult for you to say the words. Now, if it happens, the words are difficult to say, you have to replace it with easy ones so that your listeners also would not have a hard time listening to you and would not have a hard time listening to your newscast, your broadcast. Let me present to you how it is done. Okay, so in the left side, you see the news article, and in the right side, this is the paraphrase. This is how I wrote the newscast for radio broadcast. This is for radio broadcast, for campus journalism. There is this competition for press conferences, and students are tasked to have this 5-minute radio broadcast. So, of course, you're expected to have a very short newscast. So that's why you are going to write only 5. You're going to rewrite a news article in 5 salient points because it is time bound. Alrighty. Okay. I chose an easier news article, of course, so that you would see immediately the difference. Because if I'm gonna have to start with a very complicated news article and then simplify it, it might be difficult to digest. So for easy understanding, so I have chosen a shorter news article so that you would also be able to understand it. And you'd see everything, the entirety of the news article, of how I converted it into a simplified news radio broadcast in the right side. Okay, so from convenience stores covered by curfew hours (SPD), I converted it into convenience store operations covered by curfew. Okay, so that's the same thought, but they're not stated in the same manner. So if I'm gonna listen, I would easily understand the one on the right. Convenience store operations are covered by curfew. Let me read to you the news article, the radio broadcast script that I have written. And assuming that I am a member of the radio broadcast, but I'm not one because I don't think I am the right fit for the role. I can only teach, but I don't have that skill for a broadcaster or a journalist. I can teach, but I cannot be one because I don't have that figure of a journalist, perhaps. So we need an anchor, of course. In a radio broadcasting, there are roles there that we have to know of. So there are anchors, the news anchors, then the reporters. So for the reporters, we have like the news reporters for local, national, international news, and entertainment news. So let's just say I am a reporter for national news. So, and I'm gonna do the headline is to be read by the anchor, not the reporter. But since I am the only one working here, do you see anyone else? Of course, I'm the only one here. So I'm gonna be reading the same time the headline. But again, you don't do that in the actual competition. You're only reading the body, not the headline. Here it goes. Let's try. Let's try a CNN Philippines feels. I don't know if I can pull it off, but I'm gonna try.
Convenience store operations covered by curfew. Southern Police District Director Brigadier General Eliseo Cruz ordered several employees of convenience stores serving 24 hours in Las Piñas and Muntinlupa to stop operations. This is to strictly observe the unified curfew hours imposed in the National Capital Region from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Cruz said convenience stores in Muntinlupa City should be closed during curfew hours since they are not included in the list of new guidelines to operate 24 hours. Convenience stores in Las Piñas, however, may have been allowed to operate, but dine-in restaurants are only permitted until 10 p.m. Janelle Caldes, Ronda Polarista. Convenience store operations covered by curfew. Southern Police District Director Brigadier General Lucero Cruz ordered several employees of convenience stores serving 24 hours in Las Piñas and Muntinlupa to stop operations. This is to strictly observe the unified curfew hours imposed in the National Capital Region from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Cruz said convenience stores in Muntinlupa City should be closed during curfew hours since they are not included in the list of new guidelines to operate 24 hours. Convenience stores in Las Piñas, however, may have been allowed to operate, but dine-in restaurants are only permitted until 10 p.m. Janelle Cogtas, Ronda Polarista.
Okay, I hope I nailed it. I don't know if I did, but I'm crossing my fingers. Alrighty, so yes, I think my job is done. I already have shown you how it is to convert the news article into a script for a radio broadcast, 5-liner radio broadcast. So I'd say ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.